welcome back to Read and Roam. I'm your host, Kaylin, and 'tis the season for trees that are changing, leaves that are falling, and some books that I am definitely hauling. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you some books that I've recently hauled, my fall book haul. So since I love fall so much, I wanted to get in the fall mood by reading some fall poetry. So I went to Amazon and I just was like, fall poetry, and these two books came up and I was like, never heard of either of them, but I'm buying them and I'm reading them. And the first book is Autumn Poetry by Jan Darrow. I've never heard of this author, but I thoroughly enjoyed this. I think I ended up rating this a 4 out of 5 stars. I just love this book so much, and it was perfect for my fall needs. And then the second book that I got was Autumn Whispers. This is a 100 poem for autumn days, and I'm currently reading and loving and enjoying this book. And also, as I'm looking at this, it matches my sweater. But yes, if you are a lover of fall and you just need some simple poetry in your life, I would highly recommend these two books. Another book that I ordered online, it was a good dose of Instagram versus reality type of situation, where I thought the new Veronica Roth book was going to be, you know, like how Veronica Roth's books are regular sized. But then when Among Crows came in the mail, I was like, oh my goodness, this book is so short and so small. I was like so unsure that I ordered the right book. I was like, wait, like, the height difference is definitely there. When Among Crows is Veronica Roth's new novella. It takes place in modern day Chicago and focuses on a Polish folklore. That's all I know and that's all I want to know going into this novel, but just like, look at this. Look at this cover. Everything about it is just so beautiful, and it matches my walls and my bookcase. It looks so good. So we're gonna plop this one up right here, maybe. Next up, I attended an author event and signing for Erin A. Craig. And if you haven't heard of Erin A. Craig, she wrote The House of Salt and Sorrows. I had no idea about anything with this book. I was at ALA, I think. I didn't know anything about the 12 Dancing Princesses. I was not into the story or fairy tale retellings that were appearing at the time, but I picked this book up and I enjoyed it so much. So when I found out Erin A. Craig was having an event and signing near me, I got in my car and I drove immediately to it. So I got my ARC edition signed, and she also had in each book an envelope. It was like a really pretty glittery envelope and artwork for House of Salt and Sorrow. And then I also picked up House of Roots and Ruin, and that also came with a really pretty envelope and artwork as well. I loved and enjoyed this event. It was so much fun getting to meet Erin A. Craig. She's just so sweet and so nice, and I can't wait to eventually dive into this book. It probably won't be for a while because she is pretty thick per my standards this year, but I really loved House of Salt and Sorrows, and I can't wait to dive into this. The next book, I am so excited and I'm getting so giddy about it, because I don't know where I saw it on booktube, but I am just so excited to pick it up. Apparently it has a full-fledged cast with sound effects and stuff. And then the book is also told a little bit in multimedia format. And if you know those two things and me, a recipe for success. So when I found out this book had that, I was sold immediately, immediate buy. And that book is Episode 13 by Craig DeLuey. This is like a ghost adventures type book is what I want to say. So the back of the book, the synopsis says, Fade to Black is the newest hit ghost hunting reality TV show. Led by husband and wife team Matt and Claire Kirkland, it features a dedicated crew of ghost hunting experts. Episode 13 takes them to every ghost hunter's holy grail, the Paranormal Research Foundation. This crumbling mansion holds secrets and clues about bizarre experiments that took place there in the 1970s. It is also undoubtedly haunted, and Matt hopes to use scientific techniques and high-tech gear to prove it. But the house begins to slowly reveal itself to the crew. Proof of an afterlife might not be everything Matt dreamed of. Spooky! So I can't wait to dive into this fall. Speaking of spooky books, I recently did a part 2 to Will These Little Free Libraries Have Spooky Books? And I did come off with 2 books that fit the fall spooky theme. So the first book was Joanne Fluke's Devil's Food Cake Murder. And the main reason why I picked up this book was not only the title, but there are recipes included throughout the book as you're reading, and I just think that is fantastic. Another book that I also found in that haul was James Patterson's Witch and Wizard Batter for Shadowland. This is a graphic novel, so I figured why not give it a try. And I've never read a James Patterson book before, so. Next up, I am going to tidy up my life and become a badass and make some money. But the first book that I also found at another little free library when I was also looking for spooky books is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, The Japanese Art of Decluttering and Organizing by Marie Kondo. So hopefully this book can spark joy, help me tidy up my life. And now we have You Are a Badass Every Day and You Are a Badass at Making Money. I don't know if these things are gonna make me a badass at either, but I figured I would give them a shot. And last but certainly not least is one of my favorite sections of this fall haul, and that is cookbooks. So all the cookbooks that I'm featuring have come from estate sales. So over the past year, I've gotten really into estate sales and specifically the cookbooks that I find there. I feel like it's such a big hit, especially with the older vintage cookbooks and those recipes. I just love it so much. So the first book that I have is Arizona Cookbook. This features Indian, Mexican, Western, Arizona products, backpacking and camping, patio, and barbecue. And those are just some of the recipes that are featured in this book. Next up is Mexican Family Favorites Cookbook. This cookbook features more than 250 recipes. Here are just some of the recipes. So I'm really excited about those two finds. Next up, I finally acquired a cookbook by one of my favorite chefs out there. If you watch Guy's Grocery Games, he's one of my favorite judges, and that is Rocco. Now Eat This. Look at all the bookmarks like this person had left in there, and I can't wait to see what they all bookmarked and if those recipes are any good. Also, this had a Borders tag on it, which I was like, oh my goodness. Comment down below if you ever went to a Borders now that they're closed. Sad. The last two books in the haul definitely give me fall cooking vibes, and I am here for it. The Pioneer Woman Cooks Dinner Time. This is Ree Drummond. This features comfort classics, freezer food, 16-minute meals, and other delicious ways to solve supper problems. This book just looks like it was made for fall cooking. And I also love when cookbooks give like the step-by-step or photos along the way. Like that is my favorite thing about some of these cookbooks. So I'm excited to try out some of her recipes this fall. And last but not least, we have the holy grail of the fall cooking in the crockpot with a crockpot cooking book. And so the previous owner has some other recipes in there personally, but then they also tabbed a bunch of recipes in here as well. There's like one pot meals, there's tips, there's tricks. There's also, where is it at? You have the game day munchies, just the ultimate recipe collection for the crockpot. And I have been super into crockpot recipes lately. My favorite one being, I have like a mushroom gravy roast that I do. It's just so good. But yeah, enough about like me and my love for cooking, but I am so excited to dive more into some recipes in here this fall. But anyways, those are just some of the books that I hauled this fall. Let me know in the comment section down below if you recently purchased any fall books. Let me know in the comment section down below. And anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time for a new bookish video.